I got myself a new tattoo. What about you? You got a new tattoo? Do you know, and do you sometimes feel that when people talk about their tattoos, it's narcissistic? Because tattoos are kind of self-adornment, aren't they? Even though they may, and I hope in my case they do, have sort of spiritual significance, when I start talking about them, I notice like a sort of a vague feeling of like, I'm pretty important, sort of comes over me. So I'm going to try to combat that while telling you about my new tattoo and my other tattoos, particularly this controversial little guy. This controversial little guy that never fails to get a little mention from people who will ignore every other tattoo and every other thing about me in order to go, because 33 is connected somehow in ways I don't know, because I'm, well, get this, not in the Illuminati. And if you say someone's in the Illuminati, you've got to at least sort of go like, and the reason I think they're in the Illuminati is because what they're doing and saying is leading to this, which the Illuminati would love, by the way, right? Like the Illuminati, if there is such a thing as the Illuminati, presumably they're a powerful centralized group who are interested in subduing individuals and controlling and instantiating institutional power so dominant centralized forces can continue to flourish while ordinary people suffer, right? So that would mean things like telling people, hey, everything's fine in the world, everything's great. And then you go, yeah, but you would do that because you're like a controlled opposition. It's like, well, as Neil deGrasse Tyson once said, is there anything that I could say that would make you believe, for example, that, you know, America did land on the moon or that the earth is round? And if the person he's arguing with says, no, there's nothing you could say, he said, well, there's no point in having a conversation then, is there? Because when I spoke to him, I goes, do you think that the Americans really went to the moon? He goes, man, there's a whole, like, you can go to Cape Canaveral and there's all these like boxes of and files of complicated mathematical equations. It just would be such a mad thing if they didn't. Or if the earth is flat, what's the benefit of that theory? So in a sense, this started about tattoos, but it's quickly gone into conspiracy theories, because like I'm open to listening to conspiracy theories because there are no doubt conspiracies between powerful sets of individuals and powerful institutions, but the aim is always to increase and impose power to maintain control. If you can't see how it, if you can't join the dots, then it's stupid. It's just baroque storytelling, unless you can go, yeah, because that means that this would happen. Now, for example, someone having a 33 tattoo on their arm, like what's the benefit of that? If you are actually a part of a sort of a secret cartel controlling reality, do you have to mask that fact? And like, oh yeah, but yeah, you would do that. Oh, so it's that many layers of double bluff. I mean, like, for me, that's like, why? And all of a sudden, what are we talking about now? We're not talking about how do you get people to band together to challenge authority. That's the only thing worth talking about. Pointing out corruption, inviting people to go within themselves, to awaken themselves, to confront authority. All the other stuff is just like flim-flam, in my view. Anyway, so that tattoo is because I love the Lord Jesus Christ, and it's a sort of a lucky number, basically, because I thought I was going to die when I was 32. Then I obviously didn't, as you can see. And so now I love the number 33, and when I see it, I feel like I'm on the right path. This is, if you want to tell people the truth, make them laugh, otherwise they'll kill you. Oscar Wilde quote. This is Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna, the master of all realities and non-realities and potential realities, the world of dark matter that makes up 80 or 90% of the reality that we even understand right now. Lord Ganesh, remover of obstacles. The Kundalini serpent, awaken the lower survival and sexual energies and turn it into divine spiritual energy, not that sexuality can't be divine. This is an invitation to become what you are. Take your inheritance, become who you are. This is Durga, a goddess of power, fighting for divine femininity with the initial letters of my wife's name and my two daughters' names. This is Jesus Christ, who I love. These are the chakras, the energy centers of the body. That is the Kunda. It's a Sikh sign, two swords of justice, holding a sword of truth, thrusting through the world. That is West Ham United, the football team that I love. This new one is a William Blake drawing, and I didn't really know what it was when I got it because I just liked the drawing. But it's, as you can see, it's like a spiraling serpent, which I think of as like sort of original DNA stuff, and a falling female form. And I think it represents the fall of man in the Garden of Eden. Now, how do you regard that? The Garden of Eden is the perfect state, the walled place of perfection. In it are all like is masculinity and femininity and the serpent energy and the divine knowledge and Yahweh, a kind of God figure overseeing it. Some people, like Eric Fromm, for example, believe that the act of biting the apple, something like Terence McKenna would say, is that sort of plant medicine and entering into knowledge, awakening personal self-consciousness. And given that they feel ashamed afterwards and cover themselves up, there's an argument of saying, oh, what the apple is self-awareness. It's separating from animal consciousness and becoming awake, becoming aware, like, oh my fucking God, I'm a person, I'm a person. Anyway, I like it because I love William Blake, because that dude is deep, to say the least. So I got it there because Mark Mahoney, the brilliant tattooist, was in London, where I live. So I went and see him. My missus got one as well. And for me, the point of tattoos, what is the point of tattoos? Oh, this one, look, Christian, Lord, make me a channel of thy peace. Remove the ego, remove the narcissism, become awake. The reason I get the tattoos is, one, I suppose I think they look cool. And when I get them, I try to do things that mean something to me, that remind me of something. And then when I do videos like this, I think, make sure that you don't become some sort of mad, self-interested, lunatic narcissist, only caring about your own personal mythology. But on the other hand, it is important to have a personal mythology, because how are you are the hero of your life. Think about yourself. You're more important than any other person in your life, even if you love other people more than you love yourself. Like, there are obviously people in my family that I love more than myself, and animals, in fact, that I love more than myself. But my love for them is coming from me. I'm still the center of this experience of awareness. So a mythology of some kind, so a set of values, a set of principles is good. And the reclamation, or at least the adornment of the body, in order to achieve a kind of sovereignty over it, particularly if you're a person like me that's had issues around your body, been ashamed of your body, not liked your body before, I suppose can be a sort of an enhancement. The first one I ever had, of course, was when I was married before. And we both got this one, and this is what go with the flow in Sanskrit, because in India, you've got to go with the flow. And David Lynch pointed out that that line is the line of the ultimate reality, and all the signals and signifiers come from the ultimate reality. The consciousness is the ultimate reality, and all forms come from consciousness. So that's a little journey of my tattoos. But what are your tattoos about? What you got tattooed on you? Are you against tattoos entirely? Do you want some new tattoos? Do you? So yeah, let's have a little chit chat about tattoos and ideology and the nature of consciousness and the creation of personal mythologies. Let's do all those things. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hit me up in the comments with that information that I've just requested. Give it a like, pass it around, subscribe to my side channel. This is a place for well-being and personal development. We've got enough places to talk about craziness and conspiracy. Lord alone knows. Stay free. If you like this video, watch another one, or watch another one. And very important that you sign up to my mailing list, just one click away. Thank you.